They'll try to manipulate you through your practice. Ah, I'm feeling it. He say, give Jah the thanks and praises. Oh, give Jah all the, give Jah the thanks and praises. Give Jah the thanks and praises. Okay, let's light our Yerba Santa. Mm-hmm. Giving Jah the thanks and praises. Giving praises to the ancestors, the angels, the spirits, the spirit guides, the deities, the lords, the saints, you know, the universe, the cosmos. I give gratitude. I give gratitude. Yes, yes, yes. We give gratitude. Yes. Spiritually cleansing, grand rising, grand rising. Yes. Okay. Feel like feel like the old school. What do you say? We gonna start this thing off right. We got the sage in the house tonight. We gonna start this thing off right. Y'all supposed to be out there like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get it. Let's spiritually get it today. Okay? So, something to keep in mind. I got a proverb for you today. Look at me upgrading. So, I got a proverb for you today. Okay, Infinite. I am Infinite. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So, when the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. You hear me? When you deeply rooted, there is no need to fear the wind. There is no need to fear tornadoes. There is no need to fear windstorms. There is no need to fear the different seasons in your life. There is no need to have fear. Why? Because you're deeply rooted. You know what that means? To be deeply rooted? To be grounded. What the children say? To stand on business. Right? To stand on business. So what does it mean to stand on business, people? It means to stand on confidence, okay? So confidence is something that we must build up in ourselves, right? We must build up our confidence. Why? Because it is our confidence that is attacked during the spiritual war. It is our confidence that is attacked during abuse. It is our confidence that gets attacked along the journey, right? Because most people are not working on their confidence, right? Because people are steady tearing us down all day long. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not skinny enough. You're not tall enough. You're not this. You're not that. You're not that. You know, all day long, people are constantly telling you what you are not. You are not really hearing what you are, if that makes sense. Do you agree? So, what you are unique, you are authentic, you are beautiful, you are resourceful, you are needed, you are necessary, you are appreciated, you are loved. You know, these are the things that you need to be saying to yourself, right? Those are the things that build up the confidence. So that is what we call self-medication, right? So we are medicating the self with words, right? We speaking life over self. We speaking life over circumstances, life over situations. Why? Because we are the greatest asset that we got, right? Remember yesterday in the reading, we learned that wealth is a mindset. So if you set your mind on wealth, what are you going to achieve? Wealth, because wealth comes from where? Within. So yesterday we learned that our dreams are sacred. Our dreams have to be hid. Our dreams have to be nourished in private. Our dreams have to be worked on in private. Our dreams have to be brought to life. You know, we gotta water them. We have to talk to them. We have to speak life over them, right? We have to expand our dreams, right? So these are the things that we doing when we working on our dreams, right? But we can't let other people know that we working on this dream. Why? Because people will pluck at the dream. People will tear the dream down. People will destroy the dream, right? People will say things about the dream, right? That's what people do. They don't mean no harm. They're probably trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? But they'll destroy your dream. You know what I'm saying? Because it's your dream. And how you know it's your dream? Because it's a inner vision, right? It comes from within, right? And in the Bible, what does the Bible say? The Bible quotes a scripture that say, "People without a vision perish," right? So, how important is a dream? It's very important. It's very important because a dream is a matter of life and death. People perish that don't have dreams, right? People that don't have dreams lose hope. People that don't have dreams lose faith. People that don't have dreams lose direction. Yeah? So don't be one of those people that don't have a dream, you know? Because a dream can keep you alive. A dream can give you get up and go when you have none. A dream can feed your spirit and feed your soul when nothing else can. So you keep that dream alive because that's all you got. You understand that? Okay. So, elemental readings. We group everybody into the elements, right? So we have what is known as the earth elements because we're going to start with the earth elements first, okay? The earth elements are the Virgo, the Taurus, and the Capricorn, okay? So we're going to start our reading off doing the earth signs, right? So what is the earth? Okay. So what is the earth? What is the earth? So the earth is your heart space. It's your heart cave. This is how you love. This is where your love language comes from, right? So what is your love language? Your love language is the things that so your love language is the things that you love in life. The things that make you happy. The things that bring you peace, right? The things that make you feel whole. The things that build up your confidence. That's your love language, right? Everybody has a different love language. Everybody has something that they love to talk about. Everybody has something that they're good at, right? Everybody has um I don't understand why you spamming my chat right now. I don't understand. I block people that spam chat, so I keep spamming and watch what happens. I don't know what you want, but don't be on that. Okay. I don't know what you want. You didn't speak. You didn't say how you doing. Okay, so I'm gonna get you up out of here because you ain't got nothing good on your mind for real. Peace. Let's keep going, people. I don't know what's wrong with people. Gratitude and ancestors for clearing that energy for us, but we don't got time for that. I am a breath practitioner. Remember, we learned that yesterday. tell me this healing ain't working. I'm proof. I'm remembering to take a breath because cortisol kills, stress kills. Take a deep breath and think about that. So I gotta pick and choose my battles, right? What I'm gonna give my energy to, right? Okay. That's growth and development. Gratitude, gratitude. Okay. Now, back to what we were saying about the earth signs, okay? So the earth signs are the Virgo, the Taurus, and the Capricorn. So the earth is also the heart. So when we talk about the heart cave, the heart space, we talking about your love language. We talking about doing what you love. Do you know that doing what you love can save your life? Why? Because when you love what you do, your heart is releasing chemicals. We'll call them love chemicals because we not professional neurologists or anything. So we just gonna call them. We're gonna call them. Okay. So we're gonna call them. We're gonna. What is the name? I say we're gonna call them. Yes. So we're gonna call them happy chemicals. Okay. So when you have these happy chemicals and these happy chemicals are being released from your brain, aka your endocrine system, um, this is first of all lowering the cortisol levels. Okay, so it's like when your body, let's say for instance, you real stressed out, so your cortisol levels are here. Let's just say they there. So let's say your happy chemicals are here. Okay, let's say you're not doing stuff that make you happy. You're doing more stuff that stresses you out. You're doing more things that make you feel anxiety. You're doing things that got your adrenaline pumping. You're doing things that's sending all these energies through your body that's stressful. Okay, so your stress level is here. Okay, so let's say that you're not doing anything to make you happy. You're not grounding, you're not gardening, you're not doing nothing that makes you smile. You're not singing, dancing, playing. You're not doing none of that, right? Okay. So this is what, when you go to the doctor, they're going to tell you you're chemically imbalanced, right? Because these are your chemicals. You got your stress up here and your happiness down here. So there is no balance. Okay? You don't know how to balance that out. So so normally when we go to the doctor, they give us a chemical, artificial chemicals or whatnot, and we take these chemicals to help balance us out, right? Now, gratitude for helping us get our chemicals together. But what the problem is, you just treated the symptoms, right? So you're gonna go back to that unhappy lifestyle. You're gonna go back to the things, the bad habits, the things that was making you unhappy. Now you're back at square one, right? Okay. So now you go back and get some more of those medicines to balance you out. So you're gonna be doing this for a long time. Why? Because you have not learned what makes you happy. You got to learn what makes you happy. You got to learn what brings you joy. You got to learn what feels you. You got to learn what balances you out. Okay? This is your personal journey for you to figure out what makes you happy. You have to think about that. What make me happy might not make you happy. What make Keisha happy might not make Tanya happy. So you have to do what makes you happy. You understand that? Because that is loving yourself. That is creating love in your life. That is learning your love language. That is speaking your love language, right? Greetings, greetings, y'all. Greetings. Yes. So let's get into this reading for those earth signs that are creating love, the builders of love, right? So we have Parvati. So Parvati is coming into our reading today to tell us to remember that we're royalty. What does that mean? To remember that you're royalty. Royalty is not, nobody has to put you on the news and tell everybody that you're royalty, okay? Royalty is a state of mind. Royalty is how you treat yourself. Royalty is how you introduce yourself to other people. Royalty is how you present yourself. Royalty is how you start living. Royalty is how you start teaching your children what they are. You start bringing them up in the way that they shall come, so they shall not stray from it. Royalty is a powerful mindset, isn't it? Because once you realize that you're royalty, you are going to study royalty. You are going to treat yourself as royalty. You're going to walk as if you're royalty. Talk as if you're going to start changing who you are. Because now you're going from poverty to royalty. You see how you did that? It's in you. It's nothing outside of you. You don't need the money. You don't need the fame. You don't need all those outside things. It's about a mindset. Because once you change your mind, you will attract all of that to you. That's what royals do, right? So that's the key right there. That's the gems right there, right? You can attract anything you want. You can manifest the lifestyle you want. You can manifest your dreams. You can make your dreams come true, right? Okay. So Parvati coming to tell you to remember that you're royalty. Okay? Remember that. You need that gem. Remember that. We got a mermaid here. And the mermaid is telling you to dive deep within yourself. Why? Because mermaids are at the bottom of the ocean. That's how deep they dive for their gems, right? So the mermaid is telling you recognition. Recognize yourself. So her message kind of goes with Parvati. Parvati is telling you to remember that you're royalty. The mermaid is telling you to recognize yourself. Okay? So what does it mean to recognize yourself? To recognize yourself, to acknowledge yourself, to support yourself, to be your own hype man. You know, when you become the person that you need, you're not gonna need people outside of you. You understand? When people outside of you are attracted to you and want to help you, those are reflections of you that you attracted. So it's not that you need people around you. You will attract the people around you that you need around you when you become the person that you need to become. So you become that person through recognition because that's called self-validation. That's building up the confidence, right? When you validate yourself, when you tell yourself, I am what I need. When you tell yourself, I am enough. When you tell yourself, I'm the healer of my own happiness. I'm the ruler of my own destiny. I'm the way. I'm gonna make a way. You know, I'm her. You gotta tell yourself that. Because if you don't, then you gonna sit there and wait on somebody to come save you. And who coming to save you? Exactly. Nobody's coming to save you. You gotta save you. So, your last card for the Earth signs is we are the Hathors. What does that mean? Hathor is what? A deity. So, not only did you get Parvati to come talk to you today, look Parvati up. Parvati is coming to you to tell you that you're a spirit and that you're royalty. The mermaid is coming to tell you that through self recognition, you will grow and develop into the person that you want to become. We um we are the Hathors. Hathor is a deity. A deity that is represents a cow, represents the golden calf. Um, that is sacred, a sacred deity. Okay? It says deep love. Deep love, mother's milk. So the fact that this is a cow that represents mother milk, it represents nourishment. It represents growth. Okay? It represents birth as a portal. So this is rebirth, renewal. So this is an energy that gives you the energy to rebirth yourself, to renew yourself. So that means if there are things going on in your life that you don't like, you are the deity that can rebirth yourself. You are the deity that can resurrect yourself. You are the person that can reinvent yourself. If there is things in your life that you don't like, you can change them. You do not have to settle. Okay? You do not have to be stuck where you are. You can speak life over your situations. You can say, hey, I'm not where I want to be. I would love to be here. I would love to be doing this. I would love to have this. Write those things down. Create you a plan on how you're going to get those things. Small steps lead to large steps, practical steps, right? They make these things reality. So your goal is to write down what your dream is, write down what you want out of life, and make it a reality. Create the steps in order to make it your reality and keep it sacred. Nobody has to know because the moment somebody know, they gonna mess up your vision, and it's not gonna be an inner vision no more because now it's public knowledge, right? Okay, just letting you know that's what happened to a lot of our dreams. We make it public knowledge, and then the dream killers come get it, and right? I'm just saying, there's dream killers out there. People be out here killing your dreams. You tell them, I'm excited, I love this, I love that, and they're like, well, so and so already did it and it didn't work out for them, and I don't think it's a good idea, and you're not going to make any money doing that, and da 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 da. Next thing you know, you're depressed. Why? Because you feel like you can't make your dreams come true. Why? Because somebody else just ruined your dream. Why? Because you told them your dream. It was an inner vision. It was not a conference call. It was an inner vision. You understand that? That's where we go wrong at. We make mistakes doing that. We tell people our dreams and people don't see it the way we see it. Okay? So, that was our earth signs. From our earth signs, we learned that we're deities. We learned that we're the one that can make our dreams come true. We can manifest. We can bring our intuitions, right, into well, we can manifest our intentions into reality. There we go. Okay, so let's get into our water signs. The water signs is the Scorpio, the Cancer, and the Pisces. Okay, so the spirit says, loosen up your grip. Loosen up your grip. Loosen up your grip. You're too hard on yourself. You got to be gentle with yourself, okay? You know why you so hard on yourself? Because other people was hard on you. Other people was hard on you. So you took that mentality and you ran with it. But what I want you to do is to loosen up your grip. Stop being so hard on yourself. Start gently talking to yourself. Start gently parenting yourself, right? Start telling yourself, I got this. I showed up for myself. I'm glad that I showed up for myself. Myself can do better, but I'm so glad that I did this. This is a start. Because if I start today, whatever, like say today, you do 5 push-ups. Yeah, you could. Yeah, Keisha did 200 push-ups. Yeah, Keisha's doing her thing. That's kudos to you, Keisha. However, that's low frequency. We learned that yesterday, right? When we compare ourselves to other people, that's low frequency, right? Because Keisha is competing with herself. If Keisha is doing 100 push ups a day, you don't know that Keisha started out with 5 push ups and she built 5 up to 10, and she built 10 up to 15, 15 up to 20, and so on and so forth, right? So now you come along and you want to compete with Keisha because you see Keisha doing 100 push ups a day. So now you want to push yourself to do that 100 push ups today too. Now you're going to be hard on yourself that yourself cannot produce those 100 push ups. So now you're going to beat yourself up and tell yourself how you can't do it. And then you're going to, hinder yourself and cripple yourself. A lot of people do that. You understand what I'm saying? We compare ourselves to somebody else and we don't be understanding what's behind somebody else's dream. We don't understand the process that somebody else went through. And we will find ourselves in competition with other people. And that's called envy. Okay? And envy is something that is in all of us if we're not working on ourselves. Right? So the only way to prevent becoming envious of others is if you transmute that envious energy into working on yourself. Okay? And when you work on yourself, realize that it is a process. Everything is a process. You have to, you know, baby walk yourself into things. You cannot force yourself to do things that you weren't doing already because yourself is not going to like those things, right? So you have to slowly introduce yourself to things and slow walk yourself through things, right? Because it's a process, it's a journey. So I'm learning not to rush the journey because we rush journeys because we try and keep up with everybody else because we were systematically programmed to keep up with the Joneses. So now we're systematically trying to keep up with everybody else, right? Okay. But the spirit say loosen your grip. So with loosening up your grip, you are going to take your time, pace yourself, stay on your own journey. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about what other people are saying. Don't worry about other people criticizing your journey. You have to compete with yourself from yesterday. That's your only competition to become a better version than what you was yesterday. Okay? That is how you grow and develop. Mind your business, right? So, but spirit say while you doing that, loosen your grip. Okay? Be gentle with yourself, okay? Um, Benton is coming into your reading today to tell you to tap into your creativity. So, your creativity is connected to your root chakra. The root chakra deals with grounding yourself, feeling safe, creating a safe environment, creating a safe place. So, you have to go do the work. Greetings, greetings. You have to do the work and find out what makes you feel safe. I don't know what type of environment you were in, but when you start your healing process, you can't heal in the environment that you got sick in. Okay? So that means if the environment was toxic, you have to create a non toxic environment so you can heal. If you were in a violent situation, you have to create a non violent situation so you can heal. If you were in a dirty, messy situation, you need to clean it up so you can heal and cleanse. You pretty much got where I'm going with this. Okay, so once you heal your root chakra and you feel stable and you feel safe and you feel confident, you can tap into your creativity. But you can't tap into your creativity if you don't feel safe. Why? Because you're in fight or flight mode. You're not creative. You're trying to fly or fight. You get what I'm saying? So when you ready to fight or fly, no creativity is there. So a lot of people will tell you, I'm not creative. I don't know how to tap into my creativity. I wish I was more creative. People say that all the time. Why? Because they can't tap into their creativity. Why? Because they're operating out their root chakra. So until you learn how to heal your root chakra and ground yourself, ground your energy, you can't get into your creativity, right? Because creativity leads you into other spaces, okay? Um, Also, the spirit say, ask for some help. You, spirit say, ask for some help. You know why? As a part of your trauma, you have developed this attitude that I don't need nobody and I got everything by myself and because you stuck in that state of mind. It's a state of mind. Everybody is against me. Everybody wants to hurt me. Everybody wants to use me. I gotta, no, that's crippling yourself actually. So you should learn how to ask for help. You know how they say, change the people around you? So you have went through a journey where you've been changing, right? You've been changing who you are. You've been changing how you think. You've been changing how you operate. You've been changing how you make people feel, how you talk to people, right? You've been on your journey, right? You've been learning a lot. So you have become a different person, right? So if you became a different person, that means you attracting different type of people, right? So if you attracting different type of people, you can ask people for help. You can ask people for help. Yeah. Help is like this. Let's say you're unorganized. Let's say you can see somebody that's very organized that you started resonating with, right? You can ask that person to help you with organization. Mhm. Yeah, you surely can. You might even see something that they need your help with. Y'all can exchange services. People that's on a higher frequency are interested in things like that. So that's like, let's say for instance, like I'm trying to think of something. Meditation. Let's say I'm real good with meditation. And let's say you're real good with yoga. We could exchange services. You could ask me for help. I could ask you for help. I mean, you want people around that are assets, right? People that can help you. I don't mean like using people or taking advantage of people, but having people around you that are resourceful because that is how you create wealth, right? You create wealth by surrounding yourself around like-minded individuals, right? So if you surrounding yourself with people that are bringing knowledge, people that are bringing healing, people that are bringing understanding, people that are bringing healing to the table, you can ask these people for help. You can ask these people to introduce you to things. What book did you read to learn that? How did you work on healing with this? How did you um, get over the grieving process? These type of things because these are the things people can help you with. Why? Because people are resourceful when it comes to other things. We make everything about money that we don't realize people got a lot of value to them. It's people out here that could cook vegetarian meals. It's people that could cook vegan food. It's people that could create herbal blends for teas to help you heal. It's people that can make you jewelry to help you heal. It's people that can do massages to help you drain your lymphatic system. Like it's all type of valuable people out here, but we've learned to put monetary value on everybody. So we look at people and judge them based upon their monetary value, like what we can see that they have. So we never look at what they truly have, which is knowledge that can help us heal, guidance, wisdom, understanding, right? Power, equality. You know, people got stuff that they can help us heal with. Seriously. Um, let's talk about the fire signs. So the fire signs are the Sagittarius, the Leo, and the Aries. So here we have Leo. So you have to work. Well, not fire signs. You hear me talking about Leo because I was talking to myself. But look at here. They say you gotta find balance, a healthy balance in your life. Healthy balance. So that means we gotta sit down and figure out what is a balance. How do we spend our time? What are we spending our time doing? How is that benefiting us? What could we spend more time doing? This is how we balance out our time. Our emotions, same process. Balance it out, right? Creating balance in your life. Balance in all things, right? Okay, congratulations. Okay, so also, um, the spirit say we have to be more gentle with ourselves. This is coming up. We just got that in another reading, right? So the spirit is telling us once again that we need to be gentle with ourselves, right? So what does that mean, being gentle with ourselves? Not putting a lot on yourself. Do you understand we put a lot on ourselves? Yeah, I put a lot on myself. I'm gonna explain something. Um, so I was the oldest child. So I had a lot of responsibilities as a child. You know, um I had a lot on my plate. So I am very used to having a lot on my plate. Um, with you having a lot on your plate, you have to force yourself to eat that plate, right? Even when you're not hungry, even when you're full, even when you um what is the word I want to look for? Even when you are overstimulated, you still have to eat what's on your plate, right? Okay, so that will make you force yourself. That will make you be hard on yourself. That will make you push yourself, right? So years of pushing yourself, years of forcing yourself, years of overloading your plates, that becomes bad habits. Okay? So the bad habits begin to be you take on more than what you can bear. You bite off more than you can chew. You constantly live in a state of overwhelmed because you're used to that. That you work well under pressure because you've been under pressure for years. And that's the only way you really know how to handle things. And that's not okay. It's not okay mentally. It's not okay on your physical body. It's not okay to live like that. That's not okay. Okay, and a lot of us that live in that type of lifestyle never had a moment to be gentle with yourself, to take it easy, to not have to rush, to not have to hurry up, to not have to please other people, to do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Somebody hear what I'm saying, cause yeah, sometimes you never get to just be there for yourself and do it for yourself, cause you always had to do it for other people, right? You always had to hurry up. You always had to split it 5 different ways. You always had to figure out what you was gonna do for other people. So you never got to be gentle with yourself. Okay? So take some time out to love on yourself and be gentle with yourself, okay? Also, greed is the weight of the world. The weight of the world. We have a tendency to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. Yes, yes. We tend to carry that on our back. Yeah, and we tend to think that we have to. Like that goes back to if we was the oldest child, or we was responsible for other people, or single mother. Different things in your life give you that mentality, right? Where you feel like you have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. I'm talking about you're not going nowhere fast because you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. So that's literally you killing yourself, right? Literally, greetings, because you straining, you pulling, you tugging, you struggling, you it's taking all your energy, it's taking all your might, it's taking everything you got to carry this weight. So that means you're not useful in the world, right? Because you're not able to fly, you're not able to soar, you're not able to be your higher self. Why? Because you held down by the world. You being pushed down, you being oppressed, that turns into being depressed, right? That's suppressed emotions, right? And a lot of us do that. And we live in depression. And we live in a very low space. And we feel like we got the world get the caving in. And that a lot of people live like that. Why? Because a lot of people do not know how to let go. You got to unpack. It's over. You got to worry about you. I'm serious. I had to tell myself that all the time. I have to remind myself that if I was on an airplane and the airplane was going down, the only person I could truly save is myself. All I could do is put my mask on my face. After I get my mask on my face, I might be able to help somebody else put their mask on their face. I gotta put my mask on my face and breathe first. Because I can't help you if I'm unconscious. I can't help you if I'm on the floor with no oxygen. You get what I'm saying? So I gotta get my breath together. So ever since I've been saying that to myself, no matter what I go through in life, I I visualize me putting that mask on my face, breathing, breathing through whatever I gotta go through, and realizing all I can do is save myself. That's the realest thing that I could help myself with, because you know we will carry the weight of the world on our shoulders and be really, you know, what is the word? Wore down, tired, stressed out, over it. I mean, you be like damn near depleted. carrying the weight of other people when you don't have to. All you can do is save yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself enough to forgive others. Love yourself enough to be compassionate for others. Love yourself enough to see it another way. You know what I'm saying? Don't beat yourself up. You deserve better than that. Yes. Yes. Gotta love ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Love up on yourself for real. You all you got. You the greatest thing that you got. Work on yourself. Look at all that. I'm gonna let that out too because it came out. You know what I'm saying? It came out. Okay, so this is the air readings, right? So the air is the Gemini, the Libra, and the Aquarius. Not limited to, but it is for them. Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Innocence. It say that you have innocence. Uh-oh. Wait a minute, let me delete this person here. Why won't let me delete them? Uh-oh, I almost ended the live, y'all, by accident, trying to delete the person. Okay, there we go. So, Spirit say work on your innocence and protect your innocence. Why? Because people want your innocence. People prey on innocent people. Why? Because a guilty soul cannot stand an innocent one. You understand that? Okay? I just got them up out of there, Rod. Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. I got them up out of there. They ain't going to interrupt this message, okay? So, innocence has to be protected. Why? Because guilty people want your innocence. Do you understand that? So, what do I mean by that? You got guilty people out there that want you to join them. Yeah. People that have done you wrong, people that have lied on you, people that have, what's the word? Dragged your name through the mud. People that have thrown rocks and live in glass houses. Yeah, we have people like that are out here that are guilty. You understand what I'm telling you? And these guilty people want you to join them. So what I mean by that, they want you to lie. They want you to steal. They want you to cheat. They want you to join them. That way, it'll make them feel better about who they are. Right? It will. It will make them feel better about who they are. You understand what I'm telling you? So it's like if I told a lie on you, I'm running around here telling everybody that you did this and you did that and whoopty whoopty whoop, right? I'm just running around lying, throwing dirt on your name, just. And 9 times out of 10, I'm probably doing it because I did you wrong. You get what I'm saying? So I did you wrong, and instead of me taking accountability for what I did, instead of me being honest and saying that I wronged you, Instead of me standing on my square, taking accountability and working on myself to see why I'm envious of you, why I'm jealous of you, why I did what I did, instead of me working on myself, it's easier for me to slander your character. It's easier for me to convince people that you are who I really am. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a destiny swap right there. If I run around and act like I'm the innocent person, knowing I'm the liar, knowing I'm the thief, knowing I'm the one that's throwing dirt on your name, I'm switching destinies with you, right? Because now I want you to be the dirty person, right? Now I want you to be the villain, right? Knowing good and well you not that person, but I want to paint the picture that you that person because I don't want to be that person. So instead of me working on myself, not being that person, it's easier for me to make you that person. So I'm gonna steal your innocence. Do that make sense? You got people out here stealing innocence, okay? So protect your innocence because people want your innocence. So that means protect your character, okay? So what if they lied on you? Don't start being a liar. So what if they cheated on you? That don't mean you a cheater. So what if they, whatever they do, every reaction, every action does not deserve your reaction. You understand? Protect your innocence, okay? Protect your character. Um, Spirit also say it's time for you to break free. What does that mean? It's time for you to break free. What does it mean to break free? It's time for you to only you know what you need to break free from. What do you need to break free from? Be honest with yourself. What do you need to break free from? Whatever it is that you need to break free from, you have to work on breaking yourself free. So what does that mean? That means um, financial freedom. If you don't have access to financial freedom, you have to break yourself free from that. So that means what we got to study financial freedom. What if you have to break yourself free from the system? How do you do that? By studying how to liberate your mind from the system, right? So, whatever it is that is holding you back, you have to learn about what is holding you back so you can break yourself free. Knowledge is power. Learning how to apply the knowledge will break yourself free. That's what we do over here. That's why we get, some people have no idea why we read books, why we're knowledgeable, why we, I'm just being honest. Because some people watch me and don't understand. What are they talking about? What are they reading? I'm about to break free from this. I'm going to break free from this religion. I walk with God. 88. Let the woman learn in silence. What does that mean to learn in silence? It means to observe. What did I just tell y'all earlier? I said when you have a dream, you keep your dream sacred. Because when you let people know that you have a dream, people want to pluck it down. People want to tear it down, right? People want your dream, baby. People do. Okay. So, it say, let the woman learn in silence. So learning means to observe. Learning means to go through your lessons. Okay? So it say, But I suffer not a woman to teach. But I suffer not. So I'm not gonna suffer if a woman teaches. See, people think they cutting me up and cutting their own damn self up, making their own self look like a damn fool. Because this fool on my chat has mother issues, mommy issues. Look, mommy issues. Why? Because you got some men like this one right here that probably has little man syndrome. Yep. And probably is upset because you can't control your woman. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because you can't control your woman because you a narcissist, and you probably upset because you got mama issues because you was raised by a narcissistic woman. So that's probably why you hate the woman. Because if you knew anything about religion, then you would know that the book of Genesis is about Isis genetics. And Isis is the goddess of wisdom. So if Isis is the goddess of wisdom, then that means that the woman is God. So if the woman is God, how is a man, which is a genetic deficiency, telling a woman who is a goddess, who is the original being, who is actually responsible for what is called parthenogenesis, who can create a being without a man, baby? Stay woke, because you are what is known as an X chromosome, but your part of your leg came out. That's why your clitoris fell out. That's why it's on the outside of your body, no longer on the inside of your body, because you don't study science, because you suffer a woman not to teach. So you don't want a woman to teach science. You don't want a woman to teach biology. You don't want a woman to teach anatomy. You don't want a woman to teach her essence. You don't want a woman to teach wisdom. You don't want a woman to teach divinity. And that's why the world is imbalanced now, because it is masculine men like you who are on the DL, who have secret societies, who bending over, getting bent over, bowing down to another man, and then gonna come over here in public and tell a woman that she shouldn't teach. Why? Because you're under the King James homosexual religion, bro. That's what you're under. Okay? So if you gonna bring your ass over on my page and talk shit to me, know who you're talking to. Know who you're talking to. Because you get your ass cut up over here, bro. Okay? Now back to my reading. You need to break free from religion. So religion is what controls people's minds, okay? Like that guy. They control people's mind and make people narcissists. And they make people come on people's platforms and say narcissistic stuff like that, because here I am telling you to learn the laws of my eye. Here I am telling you to be rooted and grounded. This man ain't teaching you none of that shit, but he want me to be quiet. Because he don't want you to be rooted. He don't want you to be in the earth. He don't want you to be grounded. He don't want you to not live in fight or flight mode. He wants you to stay in this society where a man can rule over a woman. Because the Bible told you that Eve came out of Adam's rib, when the Bible never told you that Lilith is Adam's mother. Play with that one. So how you gonna explain Lilith, sir? How you gonna explain to me who Lilith is, sir? You can't, can you? You can't, can you? You can't, can you? Because I referenced the Bible, did you think that was my only source of knowledge? That's your lack of knowledge. Just because I use the Bible as a teaching tool does not mean that's my only source of knowledge. That's your lack of knowledge. If you don't know I got a book of Tibet, that's your lack of knowledge. If you don't know that I'm aware that I'm a Hindu and I gotta live in Jita and I know who Kaliman is, you need to you need to you need to get off my page and find you something else to do. Go break free from that religion. Cause it's so pressing your mind badly. you're an oppressor, colonizer, you know. But spirit say, tap into your memories. Tap into your memories because the ancient Sumerian God, the ancient Sumerian religion is the oldest religion. It outdates Christianity. It even outdates the 1611 King James Bible. Sure does. That Bible that guy reads. Because he reads the King James version of the Bible. He doesn't read the Greek version of the Bible. He doesn't read Martin Luther King's version of the Bible. And not Martin Luther King that they gave you in the 1900s. No, not that Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King from 1500s that wrote the Bible in Latin. Yeah, because the Bible was actually in Latin. Did you know it was in Latin? I can't stand them type of people that like to be Bible thumpers and be representatives of the Bible, but then when you start teaching them about the Bible, you see the dude said, ma'am, you have a nice day, because I start tearing that ass up like his man do. Yeah. Okay. My bad, y'all. I did not mean to go there. He took me there. He took me there, so I went. Well, we got Hathor here. Hathor is coming in the reading to tell us to keep joy in your heart. Don't let nobody take your joy. Nobody. Not even people like that hop on your lap. Don't let nobody take your joy. Joy is yours. Joy is inevitable. Joy is yours. Okay? Let nobody take your joy. I apologize, brethren, that y'all had to see me tear that man up like that. But you have to understand, I am spiritually rooted and spiritually grounded to the source. And when I am grounded to the source, spirit show me who is not attached to the source. And you have to understand that King James did have an agenda to get rid of the woman. And King James did have an agenda to wipe out the matriarch. This is why the Sibyls were actually removed from the Bible. You understand? The Sibyls who wrote the Bible, those are the matriarchs. So the feminine part of the Bible actually got took out the Bible. The feminine part. So if the women wrote the Bible, how you gonna take the feminine part out the Bible? That's crazy, ain't it? That's crazy. So that's what William Shakespeare, the different elders that they had create the Bible. And if you go back and look at the Enoch version of the Bible, it's 88 books in the Ethiopian Bible. Now it's only 66 books. Why? What happened to the 14 books that's missing out the Bible? Why did y'all take those 14 books out the Bible? Then you got Alexander, which is Cleopatra's brother, who was on the bowing down to a man, because ain't that Achilles? Then we watched the movie, The Fall of Troy. Then we see how Troy fell. It fell because he wanted to lay with another man. That's how it fell. He wanted to exchange knowledge with another man. He wanted to bow down to another man. That's what happened. So that is what is called abominable. Because it say, let me run you some game right quick. I don't know why Spirit got me telling you this, but okay. So when you have anal, you know that's a cavity, right? Okay. You know your heart is a cavity, right? Okay. Your heart cavity is supposed to be pure, right? Okay. So you know when you are having anal, do you realize that it's bacteria in there? Mm-hmm. It's bacteria in there. In that back door, it's bacteria in there, right? Because the waste that's being removed out your body is coming through there. So that particular part of your body stores this energy of it stores the energy that your body can no longer use, right? The energy that your body no longer needs or your body no longer needs to use, right? So your body is releasing this. So this energy is sitting back there. So somebody gonna go up in that energy. That's unwanted energy. That's toxic energy. That's energy that the body has got rid of because the body don't need that energy. That energy is supposed to go out the drought. That energy is supposed to go back to where it came from. So now somebody is going to come in with a gland that has a hole in it and pour that energy into their body. This is how you create succubus and incubus, people. This is how you create demonic energies, people. This is also alchemy, people. This is how you create genes, people. This is how you create um monsters, basically. People go watch Stranger Things, alchemy. They create and alchemize monsters with bacteria, with energies, right? Dark energies, dark vaders, okay? So now you creating this old demonic dark ass energy that want to be in the dark, right? Because now you don't want to tell nobody you doing this shit, right? Because you want to be on the DL with the shit, right? Okay, so don't the anal cavity go straight to the heart? Yeah, I know because I worked in the nursing field for 20 years. So if you want to administer some medicine, especially the seizure medicine or heart medicine, you're going to stick this medicine. You're going to turn somebody on their left hand side. And when you turn them on your left hand side, wait a minute. Okay. Okay. So you turn this person on their left hand side, right? The left hand side is where your heart is at, right? Your heart is on the left hand side. So that's the left hand. When you lay on your left side, this is where the blood flow at, right? And so when we gonna administer like a medicine that's gonna go straight to somebody's brain or their heart or go straight into their bloodstream, we gonna put it in their anal cavity. Once we put it in the anal cavity, it's gonna go directly to the bloodstream. So just imagine if you put in semen in somebody's anal cavity. That semen gonna go right to that person's heart. Am I right or wrong? Because it's going right to your bloodstream, right? Now, if you a man, chemically, alchemy, are you supposed to have this semen in your blood? Another man's semen in your blood? No. Another man's semen is not supposed to be in your blood chemically. Why? Because that's an abomination. Go look up what abomination is. It's abomination. It's not supposed to happen. Why you think they call it the abominable snowman? Why? Because people was creating these entities. People was creating. Go read your Bible. Since you want to throw the Bible around, go read about the Nephilim and see how them was created. Go read about the fallen angels and how they was running around turning people into incubus and succubus. Go read that. Because the Aztecs didn't deal with that type of shit. Why? Because we knew it would cause diseases and disorders. We knew that it would corrupt the people. We knew that it would cause genocide among people. We knew, and we need the women to teach that. We need the women to teach that because the man to be filled with lust and greed and pride, and the man keep this lifestyle going. You feel what I'm saying? That's why the feminine energy got to say something. Why? Because the feminine energy cares about the the whole picture. You know, the man too busy worried about his lust and his desire. Why? Because that's what men do. Because woman created man, so woman should know. Because woman is a part of man. See, a woman is a man and a woman. See, a woman is both parts. You got to understand that. You got to understand a woman is both parts, honey. Because I got two X chromosomes that could transfer into XY chromosomes. I could create a man or a woman. You understand that? Now, I ain't taking nothing from the man because I created the man to genetically assist the woman in procreation, right? That's what Isis had to um mummify Osiris for, right? And when she mummified Osiris, it was a part of the soul migration. It was a part of the reincarnation process. So you tell me, when a woman and a man lay together, a woman and a man produce another life. When a man and a man lay together, they produce a succubus or an incubus, which is a jinn, which is a dark energy. You understand that? You understand that? That's what we talking about. And that's why they don't want a woman to teach, because a woman gonna teach the truth. A woman ain't teaching out of ego. A woman teaching out of wisdom. A woman teaching out of intuition. A woman teaching because a woman can see into the future, right? So a woman knows, if all the men start laying with other men, they going against the reason God created them for in the first place, for the procreation process. So how is it? Because we got all these men on the DL right now. And you have to think about that. You can hide and be on the DL all you want to, but it's going to show up in your children. So where is all these children coming from with all these issues, right? Where is these chemical imbalances coming from? Because that's the whole reason Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, right? The Bible tells us Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because they was over there doing some shit they ain't had no business doing. They was over there doing alchemy. They was over there mixing seed. They was over there tampering with abominable shit. It say that in the Bible, right? It say that in the Bible. Because I really can't stand when men do that. I really, really, really can't stand when men want to silence the woman. Because when a man wants to silence the woman, that's what comes to man. He looked like Xerxes to me. Because in the 300 movie, Xerxes asked Leonidas to bow down. Leonidas said, "Hell, no, I'm not bending over, bro. I respect Leonidas. I respect him to the fullest, because he said, I'm not bending the fuck over. I'm not playing football. I ain't no quarterback. I ain't no wide receiver. You're not about to, no. You won't be putting that shit in my cavity. But okay, I'm going to get off of here, because y'all done got me over here. That man done, woo. Or what, he woke up some divine wisdom today, baby. Don't come over here playing. I just read him his rights. He's salty. If he know what time it is, don't come over here with that Mason shit, bending that ass over. Don't come over here and tell me what I should do. You tell your man this. But anyway, y'all, that was directed strictly towards that man, not every man. So my brothers, don't worry about it. I wasn't coming for y'all. I was coming for him, okay? He was coming for me, and I came back for his ass. The spirit revealed something on to me about that man, and you see, he ain't on here talking shit. I ain't even blocking. He ain't on here talking shit. He ain't say nothing, right? Mm-hmm. That's right. So I'm going to go ahead and get up off of here for now. I give gratitude that we checked in with the reading. The reading was definitely on point. The proverb for today was, when you are grounded, when you are deeply rooted, don't worry about no wind blowing. Because you see that wind just tried to blow in here, and you see what happened to it, right? When you deeply rooted, don't worry about nobody trying to blow you down. Okay? It's cool, y'all. It's cool. He still got the message. He felt it in his spirit. Because the spirit will prevail. You feel me? Always. So I will talk to y'all beautiful souls real soon. I will see y'all on this page tomorrow at 8 a.m. for these Grand Rising readings. But I'll see y'all out here. You know where we gonna be at. But I will see y'all out here today. All right, peace.